QuakeToys, we have the new Zootopia books.
Yo, hold on. Hi guys, we have the Zootopia, the Junior Novelization book, and I'm probably going to split this video into 1 or 2 videos just because it's a longer book and it is a chapter book. So we'll see if we split it into parts. I think I'll try to do as many chapters without having it run too long. So here we go. Let me show you the front with Nick and Judy. And then here's the back, and I'll read you the back. It says, Judy Hopps is an upstanding police officer right out of the police academy. Nick Wilde, a fast-talking fox, lives by his wits in the city of Zootopia. Against all odds, these two natural enemies team up on a case that turns out to be a bigger mystery than either one could ever have guessed. Zootopia, the Junior Novelization, retells the exciting story of how they solve the case and features 8 pages of full-color scenes from the movie. And so it does. If you have the book, feel free to read along. If you don't have the book, maybe you can use this as a review to see if you want to pick it up for yourself and read it yourself, because there's nothing as good as reading yourself. You can read yourself. Zootopia, the Junior Novelization. And again, cute picture. Now, I am going to tell you this is a full book of the complete story. So if you don't like spoilers, this is probably not the video for you. We open a lot of toys and play a lot of apps and do other things. But if you want to know what happens, here we go. The wild sounds of ancient predators echoed through the large barn in Bunny Burrow. A young bunny named Judy Hopps appeared on a makeshift stage, trying to find her way through a papier-mâché and cardboard jungle. Judy's voice rang out loud and clear. Fear, treachery, bloodlust. Thousands of years ago, these were the forces that ruled our world. A world where prey were scared of predators, and predators had an uncontrollable desire to maim and maul, and suddenly a jaguar leapt on her from the shadows. Blood, 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 Judy screamed as she crumpled under the attack. And death. After a long and drawn-out moment of terrible silence, Judy sat up, faced the confused audience, and smiled as she continued her monologue. A banner reading Carrot Day's talent show hung over the stunned crowd. Back then, the world was divided in twos: vicious predator or meek prey. 2 cardboard boxes dropped down from the ceiling. The first, labeled Vicious Predator in crayon, landed on top of the jaguar, and the second, labeled Meek Prey, landed on Judy. The boxes settled on their shoulders so their heads, arms, and legs stuck out. But over time, we evolved and moved beyond our primitive, savage ways. A young sheep wearing a white robe and a cardboard rainbow on his head did an improvisational dance across the stage. Judy and the jaguar burst out of their boxes, now wearing white robes too. Now predator and prey live in harmony. Judy and the jaguar, revealed as another friendly youngster, shook hands as the sheep sprinkled glitter on them. And every young mammal has multitudinous opportunities. That's a bit young for a junior novelization. Multitudinous opportunities, Judy said. Yeah, I don't have to cower in a herd anymore, said the sheep. Then he ripped off his robe, revealing a homemade astronaut costume. Instead, I can be an astronaut. I don't have to grow up to be a lonely hunter, said the jaguar, showing a business suit under his robe. Today, I can hunt for tax exemptions. I'm going to be an actuary. And I no longer have to blindly serve the almighty carrot, said Judy. I can make the world a better place, saving lives, defending the defenseless. I am going to be... Judy ripped off her robe and stood in a blue uniform. A police officer! In the audience, a nasty fox kid named Gideon Gray snickered to his 2 friends. Bunny cop! That is the stupidest thing I ever heard, he said. Back on stage, it was almost as if Judy had heard his remark. It may seem impossible To small minds, she said, pointing at him. I'm looking at you, Gideon Gray. Judy snapped her fingers, and a backdrop showing a bright city skyline unrolled behind her. But just 211 miles away stands the great city of Zootopia, where our ancestors first joined together in peace and declared that anyone can be anything. Thank you, and good night. Judy proudly bowed, as if she had just given the performance of her life. Dutiful applause came from the audience, including her parents, Bonnie and Stu Hops. Moments later, Judy, still wearing her police costume, excitedly exited the barn with her parents. Outside, the Carrot Days festival was in full swing as everyone enjoyed booths, games, and rides. Judy, ever wonder how your mom and me got to be so darn happy? Stu asked. Nope, Judy answered. Well, I'll tell you how, Stu continued, as if he hadn't heard Judy. We gave up our dreams and we settled. Right, Bon? Oh, yes, Bonnie agreed. That's right, Stu. We settled hard. See, that's the beauty of complacency, Jude. If you don't try anything new, you'll never fail, Stu said. I like trying, actually, Judy said. Bonnie looked at their daughter. What your father means, hon? It's going to be difficult, impossible even, for you to become a police officer. There's never been a bunny cop, Stu said. I guess I'll have to be the first one, said Judy as she parkoured against a fence. Because I'm going to make the world a better place. Or, heck, you want to talk about making the world a better place? No better way to do it than becoming a carrot farmer, said Stu. Yes, your dad and me and your 275 brothers and sisters. We're changing the world one carrot at a time, said Bonnie. Amen to that. Carrot farming is a noble profession, Stu agreed. But Judy stopped paying attention to her parents when she spotted Gideon Gray following some little kids. She was instantly alert, and she went after him. You get it, honey? Bonnie asked Judy. I mean, it's great to have dreams. Yeah, just as long as you don't believe in them too much, Stu continued as he looked around for his daughter. Jude, where the heck did she go? Chapter 2. Judy got closer and saw Gideon Gray doing what the fox did best, bullying some kids. Give me your tickets right now, or I'm going to kick your meek little sheep butt, said Gideon, before giving the kid a shove. Then he took the sheep's tickets and smacked her with them. Bah, bah, he mocked. What are you going to do? Cry. Ow, yelped the sheep. Cut it out, Gideon. Hey, said Judy firmly. You heard her. Cut it out. Gideon looked at Judy and laughed. Nice costume, loser, he snarled. What crazy world are you living in where you think a bunny could be a cop? Kindly return my friend's tickets, Judy said calmly. Gideon snarled and stuffed the tickets into his pocket. Come and get 'em, but watch out. 'Cause snarled? A fox that she went to school with? My ladybug's coloring because we just read a book with a coloring book. But watch out, 'cause I'm a fox. And like you said in your dumb little stage play, us predators used to eat prey. And that killer instinct is still in our DNA. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced DNA, whispered one of Gideon's wolf pals. Don't tell me what I know, Travis, Gideon said, irritated. You don't scare me, Gideon, said Judy. Gideon shoved Judy so hard that she fell to the ground with a thud. Judy's eyes began to water. You scared now? Gideon said cruelly. The other prey animals cowered behind a tree, leaving Judy to face the bullies alone. Look at her nose twitch, said Travis mockingly. She is scared. Cry, little baby bunny. Cry, cry, Gideon taunted. Bam! Before Gideon could say another word, Judy kicked him in the face with her hind legs, knocking him down. But he sprang right back up and he was mad. Oh, you don't know when to quit, do you? Gideon said, unsheathing his claws like a fist of knives. He slapped Judy in the face. his sharp claws digging into her skin, making her bleed. Then he knocked her down and held her face in the dirt. "I want you to remember this moment," Gideon said coldly. "Any time you think you'll ever be anything more than just a stupid, carrot-farming, dumb bunny." Gideon and his pals walked away, leaving Judy in the dirt. She got up, wiped the blood off her cheek, and glared at their backs. "Aw, geez, that looks bad," said Gareth, the sheep. "Are you okay, Judy?" asked Charla, the sheep the bullies had taken the tickets from. Judy took a breath, pulled something out of her front pocket, smiling wide. "Here you go," she said, returning the tickets that Gideon had stolen. "Wicked! You got our tickets," said Charla. "You're awesome, Judy," exclaimed Gareth. "That Gideon Gray doesn't know what he's talking about," Charla added. Judy slapped her police hat back on top of her head, and there was a look of determination in her eye. "Well, he was right about one thing. I don't know when to quit." Chapter 3. 15 years later, Judy Hopps worked her tail off in the Zootopia Police Academy. She was small compared to the rest of the cadets, who were mostly elephants, rhinos, and bison, but she was strong-willed. Because of her size, the physical training was the toughest part. Cadets had to go through obstacles and simulators that mimicked all of the 12 unique ecosystems that made up the city of Zootopia. From freezing tundra town to sweltering Sahara Square, whether it was trying to scale an ice wall or survive in a scorching sandstorm. Judy fell down more than anyone. In her mind, she could hear the voices of her parents, her drill instructor, and Gideon Gray, all doubting that there could ever be a bunny cop. And it was those voices that made Judy work harder than anyone else. Through persistence and perseverance, she managed to keep up and surprise everyone. In the final weeks of training, Judy used her bunny skills like her strong legs and her great hearing to help prove her worth. She sailed through the physical obstacles and at times even passed the other cadets. Once she knocked down a male rhino 10 times her size during a final sparring session. On graduation day, Judy took her place among the other graduates during the ceremony, including the rhino who sported a fat lip and a black eye. The mayor, a lion named Leodore Lionheart, stepped up to the podium. "As mayor of Zootopia, I am proud to announce that my Mammal Inclusion Initiative has produced its first Police Academy graduate. The valedictorian of her class, ZPD's very first rabbit police officer, Judy Hopps, Assistant Mayor Bellwether, her badge." The mayor said to a small sheep standing nearby. "Oh, yes, right," said Bellwether. "Judy, it is my great privilege to officially assign you to the heart of Zootopia, Precinct 1, City Center," Lionheart said. Judy walked across the stage to the sound of deafening applause, the loudest coming from her parents, even as Stu sobbed. Mayor Lionheart handed Judy her diploma, while Bellwether stepped forward and pinned her ZPD badge onto her uniform. "Congratulations, Officer Hopps. I won't let you down. This has been my dream since I was a kid," said Judy. "It's a real proud day for us little guys," Bellwether whispered. "Bellwether, make room, will you?" said Lionheart, smiling broadly. "All right, Officer Hopps. Let's see those teeth." A photographer posed Judy with Mayor Lionheart and Bellwether, but Lionheart edged Bellwether out of the photo. Days later, Judy's parents, along with several siblings, accompanied her to the train station. "We're real proud of you, Judy," said Bonnie. "Yeah, scared too," said Stu. "Really, it's a proud scared combo. I mean, Zootopia. It's so far away and such a big city. Guys, I've been working for this my whole life," Judy told her parents, trying to hide how thrilled she really was. "We know," said Bonnie, "and we're just a little excited for you, but terrified." The only thing we have to fear is fear itself, said Judy. And also bears, said Stu. We have bears to fear too. To say nothing of lions, wolves. Wolves? Bonnie asked, perplexed. Weasels, Stu continued. You play cribbage with a weasel, said Bonnie. And he cheats like there's no tomorrow. Pretty much all predators do. And Zootopia's full of them. And foxes are the worst. Actually, your father does have a point there, added Bonnie. It's their biology. Remember what happened with Gideon Gray? When I was 9, said Judy, Gideon Gray was a jerk who happened to be a fox. I know plenty of bunnies who are jerks. Sure, we all do. Absolutely, said Stu. But just in case, we made you a little care package to take with you. He held out a bag. And I put some snacks in there, said Bonnie. Judy looked inside and saw a bunch of pink spray canisters. This is fox repellent, explained Stu, picking it up. Yeah, that's safe to have, said Bonnie. This is fox deterrent, said Stu, pointing at something that looked like an air horn. The deterrent and the repellent. That's all she needs, Bonnie said, trying to stop Stu from going overboard. Check this out, as he pulled out a fox taser and turned it on, causing it to sizzle. Oh, for goodness sake, she has no need for a fox taser, Stu. Come on, when is there not a need for a fox taser, asked Stu. Okay, I will take this to make you stop talking, said Judy, as she grabbed the pink can of fox repellent as the train approached. Terrific! Everyone wins, Stu exclaimed. Arriving! Zootopia Express, called the conductor. Okay, gotta go, bye, said Judy, heading for the train. Stu and Bonnie held back tears as they watched their daughter walk off. Suddenly, Judy turned back and ran to her parents. She wrapped her arms around them both. I love you guys, she said, hugging them. Love you too, said Bonnie. After one more hug, Judy jumped onto the train. Cripes, here come the waterworks, said Stu, as his tears started to flow. Ah-ho, ho, ho, geesh.
What ah-ho?
I have no idea. Oh, Stu, pull it together, whispered Bonnie. The big crowd of bunnies watched Judy go, and as the train pulled away, they ran next to it, waving and shouting their goodbyes. Bye! Everybody, bye! Judy called. When their faces faded into the distance, Judy climbed to the observation deck and took a deep breath. She pulled out her phone and clicked on some music, feeling like her life was about to begin. And we are on chapter 4, and just so it takes me a little bit less time, I know I thought I'd do this in 2, but I didn't realize quite how detailed this book was, obviously. So I am going to take a break so my voice can have a little break, and I'm going to come back and read the next part of it. I think we'll do 3 chapters at a time and do the whole book together. What do you guys think? Thank you so much for hanging out with QuakeToys and reading this with us. There is a lot of great stuff coming ahead. I did kind of pre-read parts of it, but I didn't realize quite how detailed. I cheated and read the end. That's what I did. So thanks guys so much for watching QuakeToys. If you get a chance, give us a thumbs up, and I'll upload part 2 as soon as I get it read. Thanks guys. Bye.
Bye.